Welcome back to Joy of Soul Food. In this episode, we're going to make a very easy and delicious berry cobbler. You start with mixed berries. You can use raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, whatever you have, whatever's in season. And it's really simple. It takes about 15 minutes to prepare. The first thing you do is put a stick of butter in your 8x8 baking dish, and you're going to melt that. Now, if you are on cholesterol or a fat-sensitive diet, I cut it in half on purpose so you can use a half a stick of butter and create this recipe. Okay, we're going to heat this in the oven at 350 degrees till the butter melts. And while that's melting, we're going to go ahead and get started on our berries. Okay, so I'm using blueberries and strawberries. That's my favorite combination. We're going to use a pint of blueberries. These little small flats together, 2 of them is a pint, but you usually can find a pint. And then 1 pound of strawberries. So I've already rinsed the blueberries. I'm going to go ahead and add those to my bowl. And the strawberries, we're going to slice them thinly. Put those here. And I'm going to add sugar, vanilla, and we're going to let the sugar dissolve. And then we'll be ready to make our batter and put it in the oven. Less than 15 minutes. So I'll be right back. Alright, our strawberries are sliced. We're going to add a cup of sugar to that. Go ahead and dump the whole thing. Fine. And a teaspoon of vanilla. I like to use pure vanilla, not the extract. And we're going to stir this up. And I know it looks like it'll take a long time, but in less than 5 minutes, probably less than that, all of this sugar will dissolve and it'll be ready to be added back into the butter. So we're going to dissolve the sugar, just stirring constantly. And I want to show you in real time so you're not scared to do this. The sugar breaks down when it interacts with the strawberries and makes a beautiful glaze. See, that's been about 1 minute. You can also, if you are in a hurry, just sit it to the side, or you can even heat it up on the stove. But we're just about done already. About at the 2-minute mark. And that looks delicious. Look at that. See, it's already got the nice glaze. But you don't want to bite into any sugar, so I stir it until all the sugar's dissolved. It's pretty good. So about 3 minutes, okay? And we're done. Now we're just going to sit this to the side while we prepare to make the rest of our cobbler. If you have a sifter, you can use it. If not, you can stir together these dry ingredients. We're going to use 1 1/4 cups of flour and 3/4 cup of sugar. And sift those together. And it's just fine if you don't have a sifter, but if you do, this would be a nice excuse to pull it out. Alright. To that, we're going to stir in 1 cup of milk. And we're just going to stir it up until most of the lumps disappear. Easy as pie. Literally. So it kind of looks like pancake mixture a little bit. You want to make the large lumps disappear. You don't want to see a lot of dry ingredients there. And that's it, in real time. We're going to get our melted butter now. We're going to take our batter and pour it right into the center of the butter, whether you use a half stick, 3/4 stick, or a full stick. All taste great. So we're going to pour it directly into the center. And this is with a half stick. You see the butter coming over on the top there. Because I poured half of it out, if you're wondering. Okay, now we're going to just gently layer the berries in the center. And you're not going to stir it up. Evenly lay the berries into the batter mixture. We've put the berries into the batter and the batter into the butter. Now we're going to stick the whole thing into the oven. And I'm going to put a cookie sheet underneath this pan because sometimes it can bubble over the side and you don't want that smoky smell in your house. So I'm going to stick a cookie sheet underneath, not under this pan, but on a lower level, on a lower rack in the oven. Okay? Here we go. Remember, this pan is hot for melting the butter in the oven. Alright. This recipe and tons of other ones can be found on our website, joyofsoulfood.com. So if you go to our website, you're going to find berry cobbler and lots of other great recipes like this. Fresh, delicious cobbler. Serve it with ice cream. It's delicious. Bon appetit.